This is Victor Rivas. I'm a web developer. And I've been just wanted to do this live streaming on air for a while. So this is just an experiment, and let's see how it goes. So as the title might suggest, Live Mongo Docker container setup. So I'm just going to test how this goes. Oh, um, sorry for the noise. I'm just close to the street, and I still have to buy some other good stuff, microphones and all that stuff. For now, it's just a test. So I was just looking for this, and I got a couple of things open now with my Twitter account. So yeah, so basically, let's go into what we're doing. Right now, I'm a bit stuck on trying to, let me hide this, on trying to get the environment for this container into the actual configuration of the database. These are the Mongo admin variables. And I'm using an M file, which is right here. And as you can see, it just defines the variables. And I'm just trying to run this as a test um, this other container, which is supposed to generate a client for you to connect to Mongo and handle it, manually. And it says that it is having troubles authenticating the user in here, as you can see. So I'm running already the Docker Compose command. And see here, I'm not having that. So I'm just expecting to giving give it a test. I just wanted to broadcast what I'm doing, and hopefully you guys can see in the comments what I see. Can see in the comments and maybe let me know what I'm doing wrong, or maybe a misconception of what I'm doing. Um, so basically, if I go to the Docker, as I show here, let me just clean the. So this is Docker Compose config, just to show the Docker Compose configuration. You can see here that we are using the password user thing. So these are set already, and this should be working. So this other container is going to try to connect to that server using those ones. But the funny thing in here is that this is just going to work when we set it in environment variables, as you can see here. So let's give it a try, and actually this might be the same thing. So let's comment this out, and let's uncomment this. Let's put it here and put it here. So yeah, basically, let me change this so we can make sure this works as expected. So actually, this is the username, user, and then we got the password. Okay, cool. So if I were to do Docker Compose down and then Docker Compose build, then you will see, oh, actually, it's having the same issue. Interesting. So this is something I wasn't expecting to have, because basically my test was not right before. So let's take a look at what's going on in here. Mongo authentication failed for some reason. And this is going from the Mongo environment. So let's see what we got here. And they are actually matching here. So password. This is weird. admin password. Maybe there is something I'm missing on the environment variables here. Environment. So yeah, if we go to that direction here, let's go to localhost 8081. I guess it should be, well, actually it's not. Turn in config gist to view server stats. Yeah, but let's see why this is not working as expected. Because if we go to the documentation here, I guess I have it here. I had it somewhere here. Okay, I have it here. It is said that if we set these variables here, it should work. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me just verify them. I wasn't in the. Oh yeah, it found it. And if we go with this one, it found it. And let me see here. Maybe we're missing these ones, which would be good because that way we know that's working exactly as we are supposed to do it. Yeah, I don't get why this is not being kind of allowed. Oh, I think I know why. I think there is a configuration here, so we might need to remove it. Let me do, because this is saving information. I know I have a volume here, as you can see. I set a volume here, and the issue is that it's actually, I think, let me see. ls docker mongo. Let me see if we clean it up. Maybe it is going to work. So let me actually try this. So is it a brand new database or in here? Maybe we did some other tests here that might have damaged that. So that is why it might not be working. So let's actually go here. And if you can see data here, it got a lot of stuff. So let's actually remove it. I don't know if we can use that one. Oh, let me actually. This is because let me actually force it. But this is because apparently this should be created from another from another user different than the one that I'm using, which is Victor. So fish permission denied. So let me just force it as much as I can. And then let's see, last docker mongo data. Okay, we don't have anything. So let's make sure we have taken the docker, the container down, and let's actually build it, rebuild it. Let's do docker compose up. Sorry for that, guys. Oh, okay, it seemed to work now. Okay. So basically we are I think I had that open before. I don't know if I closed it. Let me, oh, some music I had. So let me close this here as well. Okay, I got it here. So let me just, oh, it's working. And it's working from the in file. So that was the issue we were having. Nice, nice. So we can get rid of these variables here, and we can actually set, oh, I mean, yeah, this one. So, so block and cool. So we got it. working. Let me get rid of this as well, so we don't need this one. And we're basically now allowed to use another environment. So cool. So we are going to actually add these other configurations here. And maybe it is a good idea to set environment variables for all of the services we have in here. So let's actually split these a little bit. I mean, mongo, and referencing the name of the container, and then we're gonna have to change the name of this mv mongo. I'm sorry. So this is env mongo. Was it that? No, it was env. Then we use the same env mongo. So we're just changing the name so it matches what we had here before. The env file, and then we're going to create another env file. Env file. So to be honest, I'm a bit new to Docker in general. Not that new, but I'm a bit new to Docker in general. So I wanted just to learn a little bit with you, and telling you my problem. I've been stuck like for 2 or 3 hours. I don't know how much time now, but it's like I was telling you the problem, and then I got the solution out of just telling you the issue. So this is very amazing. This is very this is a very basic idea of what I'm doing in this first test, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it public, but at this point it seems so. Env Mongo Express. And then I think we can set this from here. So let's create a new. Sorry for this. I forgot to. Oh, okay. This is something very special from the terminal I'm using. I can let you know if you ask in the comments. I can let you know my very basic setup. But for now, I'm just gonna skip that so I can get to the point. So let's add a child node, which is gonna be this name. So we already copied, and that's it. And we open it and write these variables there. So let me just name username, and this one, and okay, cool. So we have just changed this to password. So we can set this to whatever we want. One good thing I could do after a while maybe is, or maybe not after a while, I can have a look at that, and maybe how to keep this unified. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and set set a new Docker. That's actually one thing I could do. Set a Docker another Docker file for this Mongo Express, so I can actually make sure we're using just one variable. So this is for the case when you have to actually change the credentials. You don't have to go and change it everywhere. So you just change it once. But for now, let's actually stick to that. Let's see if it works. I think it's gonna work pretty well. Let me actually change, stop this, and let me go ahead and Docker compose down. This video is actually going to take like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So if I'm not there yet, at the moment, I mean, if I'm not in a point where I'm kind of finished with what I'm with what I want to do, I'm just gonna stop the recording and see how it goes from my first upload, and maybe I can then let you know how I solved the problem, because I'm just doing this for a personal project. I'm not just gonna say that right now. I mean, what the project is about, but um, I'm going to make it public sometime in the future. So, okay. So let's git add dot git commit. Let's place a git. Oh! I did something bad. So I didn't set the message. This is just getting initial config for Docker uh, Docker mongo containers. Cool. So we got this. You might have some idea of what I'm doing, because this is the name of my prompt, the specs expenses tracker API. But I'm gonna just give you more details later. For now, I just want to focus on what I'm doing. So basically, the other thing I would like to do now is I'd like just to have one M file, but before, let's just test it. I forgot to test it before committing. So let's see if that works. And it seems to work. Let's see. So it's working basically. So I can see my database here. So test db. I can just see it here. So we're just creating it here. So cool. So let's try to make just one config here. Because basically I just have created two different M files, but I think it might be good if we use just one M file for the whole thing, I mean the whole application. I'm sorry for the noise. I'm just in a couch, sorry. And I'm gonna be moving. So so basically, my strategy here would be to use a Docker file for this one, because otherwise I'm gonna have to stick with that. So I don't actually remember exactly the syntax of Docker Compose here. That's why I'm gonna be maybe looking for some references to it, and as well for the Docker file. So let's actually start with this. So the very basic idea is that we create a new M file. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we do agile node.env. Then we open it, and then we say mongo admin user. So this is going to be used like that for the whole application. So user mongo admin password. Okay, cool. So we got it here. Very simple config. So the idea is that we use this. Actually close this, and is that we use this like that, and it's very simple. So we just change everything in here. But what I'm gonna do is I'd have to see if I would have to see if these M files can inject variables into Docker Compose build. So let's see in the internet. So it will be Docker file and Docker compose YML file env file env file. Let's see how it goes. Version 3. Actually, what I'm thinking is that maybe we can version 3 reference. I'm thinking that maybe, so we're using version 3. Let's see, compose service version 3 compose. So is this supposed to inject let's go for something more specific. Docker file .env. Maybe this should work, and we can have some sort of insight of what we want to do. Docker build usage. Docker is reading the instructions for Docker file. A Docker file is a text document. Is a text document that contains all the comments. Well, I already know this. So I'm gonna skip just for the point where we can use environment variables. I'm not sure here. Here, so maybe syntax. Environment replacement. So this is maybe what we need. Environment variables declare with the env statement, like they do here, can also be used in certain instructions variables to be interpreted by the Docker file. Escapes also are also handled for included variable like syntax into statement literally. Environment variables are notated in the Docker file either variable name or variable name, like in the syntax. They are the equivalently and brace syntax to be used to access. Syntax is poor standard bash modifiers. There is no reference to using an env file in here. I'm trying to see run env. Let's see here. This is actually not what I want. So there doesn't seem to be a correlation between this and that. So I'm not sure if there's any way we can grab these variables from the profile thing. No, this doesn't seem to be the solution we're looking for here. So maybe there is a way to, let's go back to the documentation referring to environment variables in Docker. So let's see, compose file, shell environments, so it seems that the hierarchy here, I'm not sure if that is a word. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not an English native speaker. You might have noticed it, but I'm just I just wanted to make sure you know that. Um, so it seems like the first one that is taken into account is compose file. So what I understand here is that if you ever set any variable um, for one of these places, um, and I mean not one but two, if you set it in two places in here, one is going to replace the other. For example, the compose file is the first one that is taken into account. Then if you somehow declare some other environmental variable in an environment file, so technically, well, actually, just to carry on what I was saying is that compose file will be replaced, but by what you put in environment file. If you set the same variable with different values for both of these instances, it is gonna have more priority to the third one, I guess. Which is, oh, actually no, the compose file is the last. So so we might be in trouble because compose file is the last one, and it cannot direct what is setting here, and the Docker file is first. So this is very interesting here. Let's look a little bit more on the internet here. So I'm gonna look for an file Docker file. So how to get a read and file inside the Docker Compose thing. So Docker arguments versus env. Guys, is there any better way working with Docker? Sorry guys, so this is basically you can skip to the part where I might have solved, or maybe until the end of this I have not solved it. But let's see. For the misconceptions. So this is a long in depth read. So is there any way working? Doesn't work back. Copy the error into Google. Message. The problem is that you're submitting from issue to issue instead of making sure that your efforts are based on solid foundation. This article will help you work with Docker Arc and Docker Compose with confidence. Yes, that's something I need right now. So the only prerequisite, you should become comfortable with the basics of Docker. I think I do. Read on, you'll learn everything. So this is a prologue. Frequent misconceptions is a long in-depth read. Let's start with something you can get right now without having to read the whole thing. So here's a list of essay takeaways. The env file is only used during a preprocessing step when working with Docker Compose YML files. Dollar notation variables like $hi are substituted for values contained in an env. Okay, so we can basically use those file during the build process. And file in the same directory. ARG is only available during the build of Docker image run, etc. Not after the image is created and containers are started from entry point CMD. You can use arc variables to set and variables work around that. Not after the image is created. Okay. And values are available to containers, but also run style commands during Docker build, starting with the line where they are introduced. If you set an environment variable in an intermediate container using bash run export var, it will not persist the next command. I know that there's a way to work around that. That's interesting, actually. Not something I'm looking for, but something I would definitely want to do in the future. An env file is a convenient way to pass many environment variables to a single command. Oh, env file. I mean, that's our directive here in this one. Arc and variables with traces in Docker image. Don't use them for secrets. Yes, something we don't. Well, basically, that's the whole idea of this. I just don't want to set the environment variables in here, like I did here. So we get that tracked. Actually, we track that to my push to GitHub. Oh, no, I just want to go Docker compose down. Docker compose build here. See, so it seems to still be working. Let's close it just to make sure. Okay, so it's working, and we basically will be not tracking any password. So that's the main idea behind what I'm doing. I just want to use an env file which is not tracked in get ignore. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to open this one. I just want to open get ignore. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. So we're not tracking env file, so we can store our secrets in a local way. So everything is secure for us. And actually, it shouldn't be working. Actually, this shouldn't be working. Let me compose it down. Let me just do rm to what we did before. Sudo. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Now that I better think of it, that's gonna work. So yeah. So yeah, that's gonna work because we're not setting any password. Actually, we're not using the variable set for the container here, as you might see. And if you don't set it, it will. If you don't set them, they will create a user that will basically authenticate by default. So it is. I think it's kind of expected that it will work that way. So build, let's see. So yeah, it basically worked. So we're not using any environment. Well, we're using the environment variables, but we're not actually setting them for the Mongo container. So let's carry on what we were doing. Reading this, an overview. All right, let's get started with the details. The guide is split in the following basis. The .env, arc, and env availability, setting arc arg values, setting env values, overriding env values. Feel free to jump right on the one you need right now, because you'll get best results if you read through. Oh, you get okay, okay. This is examples. Oh, and the other thing that this is a good advantage of using mfile is that when we're gonna use our application, we just set this we just use those variables as well. So it's kind of gonna be working for the whole thing, the whole stack. Nothing to do with env. Variable name, again, provide availability. Build time variables are only available for the moment where announced Docker in the Docker file. With the arc instruction, and variables are also available during the build as soon as you have instruction. As soon as you introduce an instruction like our env values can be overridden. Starting, here's a simplified overview or env variables around the process, around building Docker image from Docker and running a container. Sorry guys, I just remembered that I just didn't know exactly how I'm pretending to do this and why I'm looking for getting the variables inside the Docker file. So what I want to do actually is oh, actually, let's say something. I think we can set those variables here if we just use them. So we use them in combination. So let's see if it was environment, right? Environment. So sorry, let's let me keep myself focused. So what I was seeking was going using whatever it was in the env file inside the Docker file. So we, on the build process, we set those variables and it will use the env file variables. But right now, I think there is something else we might be able to do. I just want to see if this might be possible. Let's see. So I don't actually remember the names of the variables, so let's grab them from here. So these are the variables here. So I just don't want to get the user. Then we got this one. We'll see something here that what I'm thinking. Maybe I can use them both. So I can set the thing here. I don't actually remember what I have here. Let me just change this one, and we're using these two variables. So let me see. Maybe I can. Oh my God! I just want to select this, and let's go to here. Maybe this will work the way we want. We don't have to do some sort of complicated stuff here. So let's see if this can work the way we want. So we can kind of standardize both variables here. Oh, sorry for that. Just needed to. Oh, Oh yeah, it was that one. Sorry for that. Oh, this was not good. I think this is column. Column. Yeah. Okay, so let's give it a try the same way here. Let's actually copy this. And let's go to this one. I'm just gonna grab that from here. Ooh, the user and then the password. Let's see if this worked as I expect. So I think I guess I'd have to do this again. And I do this. Let me see something. So I missed it. Oh yeah, this seems to it seems to me that this is gonna work the way I expect. Let's see. So we are basically the intention here is that we're gonna use. I'm not actually sure if this is gonna work, but I guess it should because um we're just trying to put the env file and then file variables inside these variables here. So there's a way you can access actually the environment variables from the env file or any env defined, and which is using this syntax of $sign and curly braces, in which you put the desired variable you want to grab. So let's see how it goes. I'm not sure if I said Docker compose down. Let me just do this in case. So this is completely clean, and let's go with Docker compose app build. I did with no issues, and let's see the actual variables configuration. It seems to work. Nice, 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 nice. And well, actually, it worked. It worked. So we are completely 100% working with that. I think I was lucky. Yeah, this is not going to find that database because we already kind of removed the whole thing. So let's test db. Yeah, but this is actually working that way. So let's actually test it. Give it a hard test, changing this to whatever it is, to whatever I want. And it should fail, actually. It should fail with the connection because it should say, Docker compose field, because it should try to check. Yeah, it did. So it's actually working with the environment variables. So nice. So this is basically where I wanted to get for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry for every inconvenience. I'm not pretty sure if I did well, if I did wrong. So please let me know, and maybe start subscribing. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a thing, but so I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit of what you can do with Docker here. So thank you very much for taking a look, for stepping in. I'm just gonna read a little bit of more documentation so I can get more insights of how this works exactly. This is actually a great post. I think I'm gonna post it in the comments. I just didn't want to go through the whole thing because this might be a bit boring for you. I think the video was a bit boring for you for the whole thing, but it worked for me. So this is basically what I do, and I hope this helped you a little bit of understanding more on Docker images and the Mongo one. So this is an official Mongo This is the official Mongo image, so you can take a look. So thank you very much for being here. If you feel like this is somehow helpful for you, please subscribe and like the video if you want. If you didn't, please do unlike the video, but please leave a comment so I understand and know how I can get it improved. So just for the next live coding event, I'm not sure when is it gonna be, but I hope you enjoyed it. So bye bye.